Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Arena Standard Best of One video. Today we are piloting some Gruul Aggro. This deck has been doing the rounds on Untapped.gg, and when I built this it had a 61% win rate at the time, which is kind of impressive, I've got to say. Now, in terms of the cards themselves, 4 copies of Kumano faces Kakkazan. It's just a great one drop, as is Phoenix Chick. Again, if you can get the Kumano into Phoenix Chick combo and just keep on hitting in the air for 2, that's pretty sick, not gonna lie. We've also got 4 copies of Ascendant Packleader. It's just a nice 1 mana 2/1. There's not a lot of good 1 mana creatures in Standard right now, but this is one of the better ones, it's got to be said, especially considering we're playing 7 4-drops. We'll get to those in a bit. On top of that, we've got 3 copies of Llanowar Loamspeaker, a bit of mana ramp, but also we can start making our lands creatures every turn. It's kind of cool, not gonna lie, it might get us through the late game. We've also got 4 copies of Quirion Beastcaller. It's just a really good card in a deck that is pretty much all creatures except for Kumano is technically an enchantment. We've also got 4 copies of Yavimaya Iconoclast. I always say that wrong. Yes, it's a 2 mana 3/2 with trample, but actually it's also a 3 mana 4/3 with trample and haste, and then it goes back to being a 3/2. Yes, that +1/+1 is not permanent, unfortunately. I think that would make it a much better card and it would see a lot more play, but that's not the reality we live in. We also have 3 copies of Reckless Stormseeker, just one of the better 3-drops in the format, and I'm surprised it doesn't see more play. We also have 3 copies of Squee, Dubious Monarch. Got haste, also the goblins allowing you to go wide is very nice, and of course you can bring it back with its second ability, where you can pay 4, sorry, not 3, you can pay 4 and exile some cards and just bring him back and you can go again. Expect a lot of these cards to go into the graveyard. There is quite a lot of removal in the format right now. We also have 3 copies of Thundering Raiju and, sorry, 4 copies of Thundering Raiju, I can't read apparently, and 3 copies of Halana and Alena partners. Again, if you can get Quirion Beastcaller to die and then get the counters onto Halana and Alena, that's insane, and you can start really messing with people. I think the one glaring omission from this deck, I was going to say weakness, it's not a weakness, it's an omission, is Alena, the 4 mana Planeswalker. I think that card's really good. The fact you can, for 4 mana, make 2 3/3 wolves and they hang around is just insane. And then if your opponent's reacting and can't play any spells, suddenly it's nighttime and she becomes a creature. It's such a good card, and I'm surprised it's not in this list, but it's winning, so can't argue with that. In terms of the lands, it's what you expect. 8 mountains, because we've got the double red for Thundering Raiju and more red 1-drops than green ones. We also have 6 forests, 4 Karplusan Forests, 4 Rockfall Vales, and 1 copy of Sokenzan, just to create some tokens, and 1 copy of Boseiju in case something's really annoying us and we want to get rid of it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we are on the play. We've got 3 1-drops here and Halana, which isn't ideal. I'd like to see a 2-drop there, but we can do turn 1 Kumano into turn 2 Phoenix Chick. I'm keeping this. Alright, let's see how we do. Looks like our opponent is in some form of mono green. I'm guessing with the turn 1 forest. We'll find out very shortly. And there we go, in for 2. Next turn, I can play the Boseiju and play Quirion Beastcaller into Phoenix Chick. Aha! And the good news is, Etching of Kumano is also a haste creature, so all around good stuff. I don't want to play the Boseiju just yet, so we're going to go Quirion Beastcaller into Phoenix Chick. And then we can start attacking. The opponent shouldn't really be blocking here. And indeed, the opponent does not. And turn 4 we can play Halana and stick some more counters, sorry, on Phoenix Chicks and continue to make things really difficult for our opponent. Okay, we'll play the Rockfall Vale here. And then, yeah, we can go for Halana and Alena. Doesn't have reach, so I'm going to do this. Everyone can attack. I don't mind them blocking the etching here. At this point, the etching has done its job. And also, if they're blocking the etching, they're not double blocking the Quirion Beastcaller. Brave. I will kill the Quirion Beastcaller first, I think. Even though it then makes the Jewel Thief a 4/4, it's... At this state, it doesn't have reach, I don't care. And we're going to stick them on Halana and Alena. And of course, because the Quirion Beastcaller got exiled, the Jewel Thief doesn't actually get the tokens in the first place. Nice interaction, that. I completely forgot that interaction exists. What else is our opponent going to do? Okay. Nice. Unfortunately, nothing we can really do. We are going to stick the counters on Phoenix Chick. And we will pay for this Phoenix Chick to come back in. Nice! Good win against Mono-Green to start with. Okay, we are on the draw, and this is not a fast hand at all. Although we can go Llanowar Loamspeaker into Squee, Dubious Monarch into Halana. Now, I'm very tempted to mulligan this hand. The format is very fast at the moment, but I'm willing to play it out and see if it's a good keep. Looks like it's the mirror, and we also, shockingly, draw 1-drop on turn 1. I am all about that life, thank you very much. The best thing as well is that if we could play the Llanowar Loamspeaker on 2, it also means that we can play the Halana and Alena on 3. And if our opponent finds a way of dealing with Llanowar Loamspeaker, then it is what it is. And we can just play the Squee, Dubious Monarch or Reckless Stormseeker, depending on what our opponent's board state looks like. Okay, so it looks like our opponent is playing the werewolf variation of Gruul. I have gone for a more human version. Okay, excellent. Looks like we are playing Halana and Alena here. Down to 14. Now, we could be tempted to block here. Looks like our opponent does not have play with fire in hand. That's why he's just playing, just attacking with Tovola. Makes sense. And another Outland Liberator as well. Wow. 2 Phoenix Chicks. We have a decision we can make here. We can play the Thundering Raiju for some haste. Alternatively, we can... Oh, what else can we do? We can play Phoenix Chick and Reckless Stormseeker. We play Phoenix Chick and Squee, Dubious Monarch. I think it is in our best interests to play the Thundering Raiju here. So that's what I'm going to do. I am going to put the +1/+1 counters from Halana onto Thundering Raiju. And then stick a +1/+1 counter on there. We'll see what our opponent wants to do. They do want to triple block. Okay, in which case I am happy to kill off the Pack Song Pup and the Liberator. Opponent goes up to 11. Aha. played this game before. No blocks. Opponent gets to draw a card. Haha, I see. Okay, let's play the Reckless Stormseeker and the Phoenix Chick. I want to put the counters on the Phoenix Chick, and I want to give ideally it would be nice if Reckless Stormseeker, if Reckless Stormseeker's trigger went first. I think I have to be in full control for that. But yeah, another win. Okay, we are on the draw. We have Ascendant Packleader into Quirion Beastcaller into Squee Dubious Monarch, so I am going to keep this hand. Looks like our opponent is playing Grixis. Ooh, Yavimaya Iconoclast on with Kicker seems very tempting. But we'll start with Ascendant Packleader and see what our opponent wants to do. Yeah, almost certain it's Grixis. We will go to combat. And then we will play the Quirion Beastcaller. I think I called it Quirion Beastmaster. I'm not very good with card names. Interesting. I doubt it's domain. I mean, we're about to find out. Interesting. Very interesting. We have a couple of decisions we can make here. We can either play the Yavimaya Iconoclast plus the Ascendant Packleader, but I think what I want to do instead is play the Sokenzan so that I don't lose any life when playing Squee Dubious Monarch. See what our opponent wants to do here. Yeah, it is domain. Interesting. How many cards do I have in the graveyard? I have 3 cards in the graveyard. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have another drag to the bottom. That'll be embarrassing. I'm going to play another Squee. Yeah, this is 100% domain. I doubt my opponent has kept 2 drag to the bottoms, but if they have, then fair play. Dual Thief, yeah, that's better. That is what I was expecting. Okay. We will auto-pay and go down to 19. Opponent might want to do some removal here. Chooses not to. Gonna put this on Squee. Interesting. What could they have? Play with fire? Another drag to the bottom would be insane. Unfortunately for my opponent, I do have another Thundering Raiju in hand. There we go! On to the next one. Okay, we are on the draw and we have some interesting decisions to make. I can go turn 1 Phoenix Chick into turn 2 Yavimaya Iconoclast into turn 3 Squee Dubious Monarch, or I can mulligan. I am not 100% sure this is a hand that I want to keep, similar to game 2, but let's keep this and see what happens. In game 2, I obviously got that very nice Phoenix Chick draw. Ooh, Rockfall Vale. Okay, well, going in for 1. And then turn 2 I can play the Yavimaya Iconoclast. I keep saying Iconoclast. Looks like our opponent is on Esper. Yeah, let's go with the Iconoclast here. And then next turn we can play Squee. The cut down tells me this is not Legends. It could be Legends, but I think this might be more Esper control. Nope. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. It was 100% Esper Legends. Okay. time to play Squee. Make a 1/1 Goblin. Should really kill the Goblin here. Decides not to, goes down to 14. Wedding announcement, okay. Are you going to choose to connive, sir? No. More defense. Ha. Not great. And I don't really want to sage you here, but it might be the best plan. Well, let's see what happens. Yeah, we'll pay. What now, sir? Yeah, that does not surprise me. And then we will also play the Ascendant Packleader. Boseiju's channel only costs 1 because we have Squee out. It's important to bear in mind. Children of the Apocalypse. Fantastic. Yep, makes another 1/1. We will draw. Yep. Happy for that to happen. Let's go for Halana and Alena. We could. We can't play Sokenzan just yet. We'll play the Rockfall Vale. Who should I put the counters on? At this stage, I think Phoenix Chick is definitely the best option to go for. Interesting, that's lethal. Yeah, no problem. Opponent down to 1. Yeah, we'll end the turn, and if the opponent tries to kill Squee, we will counter with Boseiju. Well, not counter, Squee's still gonna die. Wow.
Now you've done it. That's coming off.
What are you going for? Phoenix Chick. Makes sense. Gains 2 life. Don't want you getting another blocker. Opponent can't do anything. Gonna play this with Kicker. Everyone attacks. Who do I want to give this to? Yeah, let's give it to the token. Don't think it matters. GG, sir. GG. Okay, look at this. We can go Kumano into Quirion Beastcaller. We're on the draw, so it's not the fastest start, but again, it's lands, it's spells. I can do things on the first 3 turns. I'm keeping the hand. Looks like we're finally going up against Mono Black. I did a video on this recently. It's pretty much the most popular deck in Standard at the moment. Standard best of 1 anyway. Yeah, Tenacious Underdog. Wow. Kel Surprise. Yeah, I've got a couple of decisions I can make here. I can either go Quirion Beastcaller past turn, or I can go Phoenix Chick into another Kumano. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, Phoenix Chick. And then everyone attacks. 16. What could my opponent do? There's an opportunity, perhaps, to play a... Oh, what's a 3-mana 3/3? I always forget its name. There's also Liliana, that's also irritating. But I have Yavimaya Iconoclast for that. Alright, depends what I'd rather not see. I think... I mean, Quirion Beastcaller becomes a 3/3, right? Although, if I go for Yavimaya Iconoclast instead, that's a 5/4. Yeah, let's kick it. That does not surprise me. Opponent goes down to 14. soon down to 10, and then next turn we not only get another etching of Kumano, we also get Thundering Raiju. Reckon a Bankbuster. Interesting. I'm guessing he's going to want to crew that at some point. Yeah, I'm going to play the Sokenzan and then Thundering Raiju. Opponent, if you have Infernal Grasp, now's the time to use it. Excellent. Well, 2 Infernal Grasps from my opponent didn't do the job. Wow! This deck is insane. I tell you what. This deck is unbelievable. Usually what I like to do is I like to play 5 games against 5 different decks and show some wins or 5 very interesting matches. Honestly, 5 different games, 5 wins. I can't believe it. Just won 5 in a row against 5 different decks. This is really good. We saw pretty much every card in this deck do something. Ridiculously consistent. Boseiju did its work. I would have won with Sokenzan against a couple of decks as well if need to be. This deck is so resilient. It's unbelievable. Strongly recommend you pick it up. I thought I was going to miss Alena. Not in the slightest. And on top of that, there's a few rares, but not a single mythic. So, and a lot of this is easily craftable. Easily craftable. Forget the other decks in this format. If you are looking to make a push up the ladder, strongly recommend this. I have no changes I would like to make to this deck at the moment. The deck seems perfect. If that changes, I'll let you know. Thank you very much for watching. In the meantime, though, take care of yourselves, stay safe, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Bye-bye!